There we are.
There we are. Nice. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be an ideal run of Star Revenge Zero. Star Revenge Zero was a game by Brodude released in 2020, when TAS 17 was relatively new. You hear TAS 17 in the title screen, and of course 13 and 14. And the ideal run basically means I made it with frame advance and save states, and it's intended to use strats that a dedicated runner could attempt to go for optimistically. And it's going to be faster than the record by a decent amount, and the idea is how fast could a runner get if they really find it, or how fast could they at least get close to. Shall we start the video?
Yeah, and I'm also here to give my 2 cents, but I'm basically just reacting to this because I've never watched this before, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Mui has run this game before and got a 25-minute time, held the world record for a decent amount of time. So he definitely knows the speedrun, but he doesn't know the newest and most optimized strats, so a bunch of this is going to be new.
Alright, so I guess we're getting...
Let's go.
Let's get the video started. In 3,
Let's get it started.
2, 1... let's get the video started. In 3,
Let's get it started.
2, 1... let's get the video started.
We have an echo? I think we have an echo.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So yeah, we're starting off with some long jumps, nothing too complicated. Long jumps, the same strat that I would go for in a full game run. You have to get the first 2 stars in order to unlock the main overworld and the rest of the levels. The first star we get from Brodude, which is a reskinned Toad, and the second one we're gonna get from Bowser. And there are 2D sections, which mean you have the full 3D moveset, but you only move in 2 dimensions. And yeah, you can do that with a single jump kick, but a dive slide off the ledge is a little bit faster. Here, this long jump is known, but we can skip the ledge grab just barely. You can ledge grab the notebook, but you don't have to. And yeah, 15Hz smashing for the Bowser throw. If you're on controller, a lot of people I think can get close to that. And on keyboard, Majik could do it. Yeah, that's the first boss stage done.
Okay, nothing unusual to see yet. Let's see it.
One thing to note about this game is the stars are non-stop, which means you stay in the level after collecting a star. That makes the game pretty fast. We're gonna get almost 3 stars per minute in the main section of this run. From now until we get to 50 stars. And once we have 50 stars, we're gonna do the final level. Yeah, here, just a few D-pad right presses. Long jump dusts are surprisingly efficient.
Yeah, I like the small D-pad in the overworld just to get straight to the level.
A little shortcut in the slide. There used to be an 80 coin star in the course 2 route, but I found it to be just slightly slower than the cutoff, so there's no longer any 80 coin stars in the run.
So what is the 80 coin star replaced with?
I added 2 stars in course 15. We're gonna do the entirety of course 15 in this run.
Wait, what's that?
How do I do a route cutter for non-stop? Well, I test out different routes and I decide how much time does each star add. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun if you take the time to think about different options. Yeah, a couple skips in course 2. Yeah, normally you would ground pound in order to get better lineup on that triple jump. Shakya is pretty weird and inconsistent, and this movement after the star is quite doable. These wall kicks here, I first saw them in Dackage's record. And with that star, we're out of course 2.
It's been so long since I watched this or played this game that everything looks familiar, but I don't remember what is new.
Yeah. So 45-degree wall kicks let us just triple jump like that. You don't have to ledge grab, you don't have to wall jump on the other, like in the other direction and turn around. This wall kick on the tree, I've refused to do it for a long time, but runners go for it. It's not that difficult. Bounce on the skeeter to skip a bit of swimming, and we swim in order to skip the can. Yeah, it's more than 45 degrees. It's more than 45 degrees. It's like 50 degrees in one direction and 61.25 degrees in another, or something weird like that. Yeah. Next up is gonna be an arch wall kick that I knew about in 2021, but for whatever reason did not want to include. Kinda silly to not include that. It is definitely viable for RTA, and the intended path is really awkward because of 45-degree wall kicks. We got the vanish cap. Some platform to get up. Yeah, movement-wise, it is optimistic in places, but nothing too crazy so far. Aside from maybe a skipped ledge grab in B1.
The clean 2D movement just looks very, very satisfying.
Yeah. SR0 has satisfying movement, it's really fun to do. And conversely, the game really tells you when you're not doing good movement, and so it pushes you to improve. That's something I like about SR0 compared to other games like 4.5 or 8. It is a cool game, but it didn't push me to improve. I was satisfied with the 139. In SR0 I would have never been satisfied with the equivalent of a 139, because it just wouldn't have looked good. Yeah, so in course 6 we're gonna do some more optimistic strats. It's triple jump on the Merlin, not that bad. I like to go on the left Merlin, but you don't have to.
I can smell a unhinged BLJ coming.
Oh, absolutely. The BLJ that I did was done with 12 Hz smashing. The maximum is 15, and I was able to pull it off with 12 using frame advance and save states. So it's not an absolutely insane BLJ, but it is a very optimistic BLJ still. It's gonna be difficult to make it consistent for runs.
Okay, just from the sound of it, it sounded like a BLJ you can actually mash.
Yes, 12 Hz, alternating every second and every third frame.
Yeah.
I think I go for this movement in RTA. If not, then at least something close to that. But yeah, the arrow points to the right, we go to the left because that's faster. Now course 5 is really crazy in terms of what runners go for and have to go for kind of to justify making it look good. Rinka told me that he is for these two wall kicks here in actual runs, which I'm not sure if I understood that correctly because it just sounds so crazy. But yeah, I put them in based on that.
Yeah, that looked new. I have never seen those wall kicks before.
Yeah. Yeah, then a simple triple jump wall kick ledge grab to get to that star. And then after that we're gonna get to a note block glitch. Now there is a boo, which means you can do an enemy note block glitch. Who has time for an enemy note block glitch?
Right.
Now landing on the roof like that is Landing on the roof like this is something that I go for in RTA, but it is easier from an enemy no-block glitch than from a dive no-block glitch, so strat is more optimistic than what I go for in RTA. It's possible. It's gotta be possible. Yeah. The star fell into the river. Nothing big.
And more 3D action, let's go. Let's see it.
More 2D action. This triple jump is something I go for in every run, don't get it every run. You gotta zoom out a bit to see the amp cycle, to see that you're not getting screwed over by RNG and lose 30 seconds. Now this shortcut, kinda awkward, but there are multiple ways to do it. Here Rinka had a strat, but one, I'm not convinced that it's faster, and two, the video is private, so I wasn't able to see it, so I'm just doing intended here with some aggressive angles. And I think that's fast enough. And time for course 8. We're not gonna go to course 7 in this run, but we are gonna go to course 8 for 3 stars. Yo, thanks for the good luck, MXF. I don't know what, but yeah. Now here, a long jump is faster unless you get at least 3 firsties. Because if you get at least 3 firsties, you can skip 2 rockets. First you dive into the star. If you don't get a firstie, you cannot get the star with the dive, I think. So it's kind of a gamble. To avoid desync on an already encoded video. Yeah, that could be a good luck. Now this no block glitch setup is exactly what I go for in RTA. I'm not very satisfied with the consistency, but you can really see an alternative.
It wouldn't be interesting if there wasn't a bit of a gamble on frame perfect tricks in a run, right?
Yeah. Now there will be another no block glitch that is really scary, and in real-time runs I like to do the no block star, the lighthouse star I mean in course 3, instead of that. Now here, there are different ways to get an angle set up. One of them is the D-pad. In RTA I would not CBA on doing a setup, and would not just wing it like that. And hope to get 1 frame turn on the first try, without time to react to it, but yeah, a CB8 figuring out the exact angle, and if you're on controller you can get the angle like just from aiming, I think.
Yeah, back in the day we did the wall kick on the other wall, and then at some point...
Yeah, we used to do it on the front, and that was a lot worse.
Yeah, I don't know why we never thought of doing it on the other side. It's a lot easier.
So Rinka found these long jumps here to skip one of the star. Yeah, quick turn to get into the pipe faster, and quick turn to face to the left. There was another quick turn in course 8 on the pipe. Just to face in a different direction faster. You cannot quick turn on every pipe, but in some of them you can. Yeah. Now we long jump down. Press R while we're above ground in order to improve the camera, and you can pause buffer this no block glitch, but pause buffers in an ideal run. Would only pause buffer in RTA. And we used to go to course 10 in the really old days, but it's really slow and it was a really bad idea to go to course 10. So instead we're doing course 11 and course 12. Course 11 I think you already did, but Focus improved the route in his world record. So now we're going in this direction first. We're doing the Object Star. Normally you would end it with a long jump and backflips, I think.
Yeah.
You can do a kick like that.
That looked
And
way
then
too
this
crazy.
movement I rerouted. This movement that I go for an RTA. I don't do it nearly as cleanly, but yeah, it is what it is. And then we can long jump here. That long jump is really tricky. Now here we have an easy section, we just ledge grab that. Except we don't, and we do 2 extra rockets to save half a second. And yeah, if Mario starts running, that means I've lost a frame there, which, I mean, it's not supposed to be optimized to the frame, it's supposed to reflect what a really optimized a runner could be like. This section I did a 50% speed to prove that's at least remotely close to viable. 50% speed and some save states, 75% and no save states, I got close, so yeah. It's really hectic, and this long jump is easy. I go for it on runs and rarely fail it. And now into Warzone, the only stage that we're going to full clear.
I like how some of the strats that look ridiculous are actually done RTA already. They have nice setups.
Yeah, so the Warzone stage RTA is really unoptimized because it's by me. And the people who played it before that didn't have the most updated strats, I guess. So this ideal runner is going to be significantly faster than the stage RTA.
Routing this level properly seems like hell, like it's so easy to get lost. Like it took me so long to just learn the level to know where everything is.
Yeah, the more you play the level, the more routing options you find. It's really interesting. Now these long jumps are kind of painful to look at, but I just don't know anything faster. Here we should be in L-cam in order to be able to adjust the camera like that, and I don't know any ending for hard green that doesn't feel really awkward, so I just did the fastest one that feels awkward, or one of the faster ones. Here you can land on the top, and here just 3 wall kicks. Way better than the previous strats.
Dang.
Yeah. I only found that when making the ideal run. Now, if you're on controller, you don't have to do this turnaround. You can just do a side flip, for example. Now here I stay in an awkward camera for a long time because this jump is kind of tight. Yeah, Warzone is just really fast and really stacked in terms of movement. The stage RTA is a really, it's a high APM task. I mean, the Warzone strats, most of them I actually did go for. Most of the one if they existed at the time that I went for my stage RTA, I did them in my stage RTA. These Warzone strats are not that crazy, they're just difficult, they're high APM. You gotta be like an Osu player to pull them off perfectly. Or League of Legends player. Or a Scrubs Challenge world record holder. Yeah, full double jump, don't hold forward, and that's a really neat way to pass that. Slightly faster than long jump. Easy BC AC. I mean, you're in chat, so I don't know what there is to summon when you're in chat. Yeah, but long jump is kind of scary, kind of tight. You don't have to go for it, but you have 2 frames to roll out if you roll A and B.
What is this?
Usually you would do that with a setup, but you don't have to. Now, you could go for an easier camera, but this makes it easier to skip 2 lava bounces at the end. And yeah, the Iwer fight is going to be done with save states at full speed, because I wanted realistic movement. And the only reason you need states for this is because even though none of the 2 RNGs is slow anymore, one of them is still faster than the other. And it turns out that the faster one is also the more difficult one, so I wanted to prove the more difficult one. I was about to get a 20, that is correct.
Dang.
That is correct.
This is such a fast run.
Yeah, bro's about to get a 20. So time ends on the pause exit after this room behind the key roar. So I'm on my end. And that should be a 20-minute, 35-second time.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Yeah, encoding that Aglab sent me.
Yeah.
On Counterfactor 1. On Counterfactor 2, I got 20 minutes 52, but RTA runs are done on Counterfactor 1, and so 2035 is going to be the more accurate comparison time. I want to give a shout out to Aglab for encoding this run. I want to give a shout out to Cat Princess for performing it live for us at SRM today. Mui for commentating, and yeah, Focus, Rinka, Mui, Dakach for strat finding. And yeah. If you can play within 2 minutes 24 of this, you get a sub 23. Yeah, it might be that movement is just slower than Project 64 Counterfactor 2. But yeah, that was the run.
Just casually beating the record by almost 4 minutes, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually mind-blowing. With no test strats.
I did make a segmented run as well, but I really wasn't happy with the final time. It was like a 22:42 with movement lag, so probably like 22:25 with Counterfactor 1, and I was not happy with that, so I made the frame advance ideal run. My movement is just not good enough.
Final words.
Yeah.
Try this game.
Yeah, SR0 50 star is fun. It's a lot of movement, and it really helps you, pushes you to improve your movement, I would say. And the record is really, the record is good, but it's not as optimized as other records. So if you want a world record, you can try